What's up guys, Matt and Blake from the Football Boots team, and today we are here to talk everything to do with football, brand new football boot releases, football shirt releases and also club and player performances as of recent. I wish we could talk today for 10 minutes about Newcastle's 1-0 win over Man United. What a performance from the Toon. Jonjo Shelvey had Paul Pogba in his back pocket for the whole game. Pogba got dragged off, and also, as you can see on our table, we have got a package which came this morning, which we're going to be opening later in the video, so stay tuned for that. But today's video, let's get right on with it. So a great place to kick us off is Team of the Week from the Premier League. And to be honest, I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed. It's not the starting 11 for Newcastle, because once again, it was a dreamy performance. But Blake, you've picked this starting 11, so talk us through why.
Well, surprisingly, there's no United players. No United players for this time this week. We'll kick things off with Umar Niasse, who got a goal and an assist wearing the Radiation Flare Hybrid Phantom 3 boots. He hasn't tied down to a Nike deal yet. But of course, Aguero got 4 goals wearing the Puma 1 18.1. Puma are so lucky that they have Sergio Aguero on their cards. And Mooney for Huddersfield got 1 goal and 2 assists. A great win for Huddersfield. Sigurdsson also got a goal and assist for Everton wearing the Magista Obertus. And Kevin De Bruyne got 3 assists wearing the Fast AF colourway. And Alex Pritchard, his first 90 minutes of the season, wearing the Fire Vapor 11. Mohamed Salah just can't stop scoring, got a goal and assist wearing the cold-blooded X70 Plus Pure Speeds. Cresswell and Davies both were the Predator 18.1. And Norton helped Swansea to a very, very crucial victory. He got an assist and a clean sheet. And your boy, Dubravka, what did he do?
Dubravka kept a clean sheet against Man United, and trust me, it wasn't just a scrappy 1-0 win. He actually looked very solid in goal. Obviously making his debut, he was coming for crosses, pushing Lukaku out the way, making saves. I think he was probably our man of the match alongside Jonjo Shelvey. But I think the standout performance this week has to go to the 2 Man City boys. Aguero scoring 4. In my opinion, I think he might be the greatest striker the Premier League has ever seen. And I know there's been Thierry Henry, I know there's been Alan Shearer, and I'm a Newcastle fan. But I think in terms of the actual football player who could score the most goals in his entire career over the Premier League, I'll give it to Aguero. And Kevin De Bruyne, I think he is destined for the PFA Player of the Year. He is just playing that good. On to some brand new releases coming out this week, and we're going to start with some World Cup shirts for this summer, and we have to go with the England team shirt. And I have to say, I absolutely love this from Nike. It's so good to see an actual bespoke shirt created for England. It's not as if there's going to be 10 other teams in the World Cup sponsored by Nike with this same shirt. This is the home edition worn by Raheem Sterling. I love the collar, very smart St. George's across the back. Very clean, England, all white. That's exactly what you want. And the away shirt is exactly the same, but this time in that nostalgic trademark red. Of course, England did win the World Cup back in 1966, wearing a very similar shirt. So I hope they can do the same this summer. I don't have high hopes, but in terms of the shirts, they're amazing. But arguably, the best England shirt coming out for the World Cup is what?
This is the training kit. And this could have been the home kit. If they were bold enough, if Nike were bold enough, they could have given this kit as their home kit for the World Cup. But if I was going to get any other kit of the 3, I would definitely get this one. Which one is your favourite?
100%. I have to say the home and away shirts are amazing. But if I had to choose one, spending my own money, I would definitely go for that training shirt. And I think I'm actually going to buy it myself and wear it when I'm back home in the UK.
And we want to know in the poll card now, which kit would you go for? The home, away or training? So one of the biggest points with Nike these days is the new Mercurial line with the Superfly 360 or the Vapor 360. Which one would you go for? Well, in fact, there's only a £20 difference. Why is there only a £20 difference? Because the tech specs is virtually the same. The only difference is that the Superfly 360 has a collar. Now, what one would you go for?
Well, first thing I'm going to say is I'm very surprised to hear the amount of negative comments coming from a lot of you guys on YouTube and also just the world of football boots saying how they don't actually like how the new Mercurials look. Now, I know that's probably about the Superfly version, and I can kind of see where you're coming from. In product pictures, the silhouette of the boot doesn't look that good, but trust me, in person, it is so much better. We sent Power and Precision to the Nike event and he said the exact same thing. In the product pictures, wasn't so keen, but when he actually had them in hand and he also got to test them on feet, he said different kettle of fish, they really are that good. And I have to say, they are very, very nice, but out of the 2, it has to be the Vapor 12 for me. The collar isn't something which I personally like, and I think actually seeing them on feet, or Neymar, I actually saw at the Nike event having them on feet. Yep. I think they look sensational, and I also actually really like the colourway in this orange and black. And one thing that you guys are gonna see is an alternative colourway coming out in the next couple of weeks. And it's a little bit of a 50-50 for me, which one I personally prefer, the orange or the upcoming one. It's going to be interesting when they come out to hear which one that you guys actually prefer yourselves.
Now, one of the newest products at Nike 2018 Innovation Summit was the Mercurial Touch gloves. Now, these gloves are 33% lighter than the previous generation. And these gloves all about being lightweight, they're reducing bulk. What do you think of the gloves there?
Do you know what? It's actually good to see. One of the guys at the Nike event did say that goalkeeper gloves haven't changed whatsoever in the past decade or so. And I have to say, he's exactly right. When you look at goalkeeper gloves over the last 10 years, they've pretty much been exactly the same. Quite bulky, quite big, and a big strap going around the wrist for protection and also support. Yep. But these ones are almost just like gardening gloves. They're going to be so light. They look like they're going to wrap around the fingers very tightly. So in terms of getting touch and feel on the ball for a goalkeeper, this is going to actually improve so much for you. But there's also a brand new what?
Also released is a brand new Premier League ball called the Merlin, and the additional touch to this ball is ATC, so all conditions control. It's been on Nike's boots for over about 5 years now. Now they're adding it to the Premier League football. It does make sense. So with the Premier League football, there's something different with it compared to the current autumn. What is that?
Well, the panels are different. So alongside the design, which I think the design is actually very nice, when we take a closer look at the actual panels, we can see that it is actually brand new. But Nike footballs, usually, their top end ones are very straight. I'd say they're a little bit straighter than what Adidas balls fly. So if you've got the money, which is quite a lot, to spend on the new Merlin, I would definitely do so.
Next talking point is the Nigeria home and away kits. Now this is a standard design. It's the standard Aeroswift template. As John Obi Mikel will be headlining this at the 2018 World Cup. This is the home design, but this is all about this one. This is sensational. It's their away kit with Alex Iwobi wearing it. What do you think of this kit?
I love this so much. What a move from Nike to give Nigeria a special actual edition for them for their away shirt. I wish every single team in the World Cup got a very similar style shirt to this. So not those kind of basic colourways. I love the England shirt, don't get me wrong, plain white and plain red, very nice. But that's almost trademark for England. So that suits them. But for a team like Nigeria, I love this design, and I hope in the future, also in the World Cup, we're going to see a lot more of this because Adidas actually do it pretty well themselves.
Next talking point is a new Umbro Medusa colourway, white, crimson and navy blue. What do you think of the colourway?
The colourway, it's okay. I mean, it doesn't really stand out. They've used a couple of like poppy colourways with that kind of pinky red, but for me, it's pretty average looking, and also as a boot, it's pretty average as well, I have to say.
And this is a new Velocita colourway, pretty much the same colourway as the Medusa. But yeah, it's pretty much an England-inspired colourway, I feel. It would look great if English players actually wore it, but you're not going to have anyone that wears Umbro football boots for the England national team. Now onto the Instagram roundup, and this is the post that was the most popular this week, and this is all about Nike's Football Fast AF pack. And I asked, who is the best Nike football player? Who do you think it is?
You're asking me this one.
I'm asking you.
There's some players in there, I have to say, but Ronaldo hasn't had their best season. Alexis Sanchez also just moved to United. It hasn't taken off that well. So I'm going to have to say, there is one name in that list who has had the best season I have seen for actually maybe a very, very long time, and it has to be Kevin De Bruyne. The guy is also doing massive performances in the FA Cup against the lesser teams, which is something you don't really see. When you've got these mega stars and hundreds of thousands of pounds, they usually don't bother in those cup games, but he is still putting 110% in. He is destined to get the PFA Player of the Year.
Next one we see is I posted an image with Ronaldo in his Superflies and Messi and his Messi Nemesis boots. Which player has the better boots? I'm asking you again.
The better boots. It's a tough question really in terms of the colourway, so the design. If I had to pick one in terms of looks, I would go for the Superfly 6. But to be fair, the Nemesis 17.1 is actually one of my favourite boots on the market. I think it's actually a very good boot. So it's tough. But at the moment, I'm going to give the Superfly 6 another go. I didn't get to test them for that long, only about an hour or so. So I'm going to wear them this week for another few hours, and then I'll give you a proper decision.
And in the poll card now, please vote on who you think has the better football boots, Ronaldo with his Superflies or Messi with his Nemesis. And this next picture I posted, and I asked, would Ronaldo de Lima be a better player if he could wear these boots rather than the standard Mercurial R9s? Would it make a difference or not?
To be fair, they're great football boots, they are. But he was wearing good boots in the past, and also in terms of his level of ability, Ronaldo de Lima was levels above anyone else at the time. He was doing skills and tricks at such a fast pace defenders could not deal with him. He was doing them so fast and at such pace that it actually broke him, really. He was doing these step overs and cross turns at such speed that his knees just couldn't cope and actually buckled under him. For me, hands down, he is the best striker of my generation, of the past 20 years, and maybe of all time. I wish he could have just stayed fit, because a full fit Ronaldo was stuff of dreams to watch, honestly.
Yeah. And this last one is just me asking you, now that you've worn the Superflies, do you think they're better than the Superfly 5s?
I think they are better than the Superfly 5s. I think the upper itself is better. The sole plate is better. They're more comfortable.
Yep.
The one thing which is lacking a little bit is those flywire cables. Just for that little bit more lockdown, and also to increase that very sock-like fit. I think that's the one difference. They don't fit as tight, but I have to say they are more comfortable. I think they look better, and also I just think they are just a little bit better overall.
Now onto the Q&A section, and Reagan the Great asked this question: which boots you used to wear when you're an academy player?
Well, when I was a youth player, I remember my parents were actually very good to me. They bought me some very nice, very expensive boots from a young age, so I was very lucky. And the 3 boots which I had as a kid, the first ones were the Nike Mercurial Vapor 1 and that almost petrol colourway. Then I moved on to Adidas. The old school Preds were just the best boots around at the time. And I had the Predator Mania in the original colourway, black, red and white. Yep. I wish I still had them to this day. And also I had the Predator Pulse, which were the red and black colourway, which I remember Kako wearing so often. I loved them so much.
Next question, who are you supporting at the 2018 World Cup?
Well, of course, I'm from England, so I'm going to be supporting the England boys. I think they're going to do okay. I'm not going to say they're winning. I'm not going to say they're going to get to the semi-final or final, because I don't think the quality is there compared to maybe 4 or 5 of the other big nations. So I'm going to be supporting England. But the interesting one is, who are you going to support? Because Blake's team was obviously New Zealand. They didn't make it. Is it going to be Australia, or is it going to be a little bit more foreign?
Well, it definitely won't be Australia. I think Australia and New Zealand, they have that natural rivalry. It won't be Australia. I'd probably be going for England. I'm going for England, but if I had to choose someone else from England, I'd choose anyone. I'd probably go Brazil, Argentina, maybe France, Germany. I'm not a glory hunter.
Why you always lying? Oh my God.
And this last question, what is the perfect colorway for the recent release Superfly 360?
Well, in terms of a launch colourway, I think Nike have absolutely smashed it. Seriously, it's so bold they've gone for a block solid colourway. I like it. But in terms of my own personal preference, what Superfly 6 would I love to see? I would love an all-over matte black, similar to those Academy pack for the Superfly 5, but then with some glossy gold touches for the Nike swoosh and also the M. So matte black and gold for me. What about you?
I think I would follow suit. Definitely black and gold is the perfect colorway.
A quick one before we go. I did promise you guys that we're going to be unboxing what is in this package. So Blakey, just give a little bit of chat as I undo it. What do you reckon it is?
Well, it comes in a very weird shape. It's not a traditional boot box, is it?
No, it's not a boot box, but I think it is a pair of boots.
Oh, it looks like a tube, right?
It's a tube and it says play on and on. I think I might have seen this already in a video. I'm not really sure how it works. 2 parts. Here we go. You ready? You got to catch some stuff. These are multiples. I'm not really sure how it's working.
It's a headlight.
We've got one headlight.
I don't know why you need that.
We've got play on and on in here. We've also got the bag. Let's open it up and see what it is. Blakey, tech specs of this boot, what are we looking at?
Okay, so this is the brand new Umbro UX Acuro 2nd generation. First impressions. I'm a little bit disappointed, if I'm going to be honest. What about you? What do you think?
Well, Umbro say that this is their most comfortable boot ever. And if that is the case, we obviously haven't tried these on. We have literally just live unboxed them for you. I think it's going to be a good thing. Same sole plate as those Acuros. But the upper feels a little bit crispy to me. Is it going to be comfortable? It might be. But in terms of performance again, touching the ball, it might not be that great. But guys, I guess that is it for today. You're going to be seeing these on our Instagram, so make sure that you are following us. If not, Blakey's in control of that. But as I said, that is a wrap for the day. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always,
we'll see you next time.